Since you started self-improvement, you found that you can't talk to as many people. It's hard for you to connect to the average person because they're not as interested in improving themselves as I am. They're not interested in this stuff and that stuff. And you've told yourself that the reason why it's harder for you to connect to people is because you're improving yourself and not everyone can connect to these average people, whatnot. So it's like you put the blame in their court. But the truth is, it's your fault. If you're going through this period where you feel like it's hard to connect with people, you feel like people just don't understand you anymore, it's your fault. And probably no one's ever told you this, but it is your fault because you're quite frankly being weird. And I'm going to explain this in this video. And before I start explaining, I made the exact same mistake. I remember I used to get into arguments with my friends. I used to feel like I was a loner. I used to feel like, I can only relate to these 3 friends and whatnot because, they only understand what I'm going through. And like I just realized one day that I'm being abnormal, I'm being stupid. On the internet, it's popular, this Sigma grind set or whatever, this stuff. It's popular to separate from everyone, to go monk mode for your life. Literally, people will be like, just go monk mode. They won't say do it for 3 months, they'll just say go monk mode and whatnot to improve yourself, separate or whatnot. Like they'll tell you to like just leave social interactions and focus on yourself, right? It's like it forgets that we are social creatures. So we need social interactions to thrive. Have you ever heard of those experiments or those experiences of people who were without human contact for time? And they literally started going crazy after a few months because the way that we register that we are actually real is when people look at us. But when you go through a period, I'm not talking from experience, I'm talking from the things I've read. When you go through a period or a long period of not talking to anyone, not seeing another human being, it's like you don't know if you're real because no one's looked at you. You haven't interacted with another human being to confirm that you're not. I'm a real person. Social interactions are extremely important. And with regards to this self-improvement stuff and you feeling like, I can't connect to other people, it's not a problem. But what happens when you start developing yourself is you expose yourself to new things, you gain knowledge, and you are aware of things that are right or better for you and things that are worse for you. So now when you are, let's say you're just at Pizza Inn or you're just, at the mall, and you see one of your friends is eating a pizza, and you're like, you shouldn't eat that pizza because it has seed oils, the food is processed, and these guys, they make it on a pan that will give these forever chemicals, and it's like, what you are saying is right. But put yourself in their shoes. If you were just, enjoying a pizza, you're just enjoying a pizza and someone comes up to you and it's like, this pizza is this and that and you shouldn't eat it. Even if they were telling the truth, you'd be like, that person's a jerk. That person's just weird. Like, why are they trying to be a nerd? Or can't they just leave me to do what I'm supposed to do? Like, if you were in their shoes, you would probably hate you too. And it's like, anytime you see someone doing something that isn't the best thing they can do, you become critical of it. And no one likes to be friends with someone that's overly critical. And I've realized that I've done this a lot. In fact, I still do it today, especially with like my dad. But my dad does it to me. I don't mind when my dad does it to me. And I don't think he minds when I do it to him because we do it because we genuinely we know that we care and we want the other person to be better. So let's say he's cooking on a pan that's like non-stick and has scratches. I'll just say like, you shouldn't cook on that. He carries on cooking on it. But yeah, if I am eating like, let's say bread, you'll be like, you shouldn't eat bread because like the starch and whatnot. But that relationship is an anomaly. With most people, they just want to enjoy their life and that's okay. Marcus Aurelius said that you should be strict with yourself and tolerant with others. And the problem is people get on self-improvement, they become strict with themselves and strict with others. Like, no. And that's what I found. When you get on self-improvement, you just get critical of everything because self-improvement exposes you to the things that you can be critical of. So you should only be critical of those things to yourself, not to other people, because then you're just going to chase everyone that you like away. And rightfully so, because you're going to become a know-it-all. And as I've said, that no one likes being around someone that's overly critical. Like, for example, let's say if a chess grandmaster is around normal people, right? They're not going to be talking about, in the end game of chess, when your queen is on d1, you need to make this move because this move will give you the best thing. And when they see someone who's bad at chess, right? Or who's, let's say, level 1 in chess, they're not going to go to them with like level 200 things. And that's the thing that self-improvement people do. They'll be like, they'll see someone who's breathing, they're breathing through their mouth. They're like, you shouldn't breathe through your mouth because when you breathe through your nose, there'll be nitrogen oxide. And nitrogen oxide is good for your blood pressure. And it's like, nah, dude, just tell them. Or in fact, just sometimes you don't even have to tell people. People are living on their own timeline. And I get it, if it's someone that you're very close to, someone that you love, then you can tell them, but always do it in a kind way. Don't do it to like point out their flaws and seem better. Because the truth is, when we do this, we are trying to show that we are better than them. It may not be conscious, but deep down you're trying to be like, I'm better than this person, I know more than them, so I'm going to show it. I'm going to tell them that you're breathing wrong. The proper way to breathe is through your nose, and you breathe softly, and you're supposed to do it like this and that. And it's like, dude, shut up. The best thing I can say in this video is just be normal. Just be normal. Not every interaction is a self-improvement interaction where it's like you're going to be critical of things that you want to improve in. And not every interaction should be like that, because it takes the flavor out of life. It takes the color out of life. Some interactions are just about having fun, just talking about stupid dish. That's all I can say. Just be normal. I'm not saying you should stop developing yourself, but by trying to be abnormal in public, by trying to stand out, so showing people that I'm improving myself, I'm doing this and this, you're only making yourself stick out. And it's like, if you're making yourself stick out, do you not think that people are just going to be like, what's wrong with this guy? Do you not think that people are going to be like, let me go away from this guy? Just be normal. That's all I can say. But yeah, I promise you it'll change a lot. But anyways, I'll catch you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Cheers, gents.